The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno continues the Zamboanga Peninsula leg of his campaign today. Let's get the latest from Romel Lopez, who joins us over the line from Zamboanga, Sibugay. Hi, Romel. How's it going there so far?
Yes, Sean, Action Democratic standard there. Mayor Isko Moreno landed in Zamboanga, Sibugay this morning for the continuation of his Zamboanga Peninsula campaign. He met with local political allies in the town of Ipil. When asked about his reaction to the recent Pulse Asia pre-election survey, Moreno first congratulated survey front-runner Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and then said that the fight is not over until it's over. Mayor Isko added that the survey does not bother him and said that he'd rather be with the people. Even his running mate, Dr. Willie Ong, shrugged off recent survey results, saying that face-to-face interactions with their supporters tell a different story. Ong revealed that now he knows how politics works and he will just continue his fight regardless of the survey results. The Action Democratico camp will end their Mindanao visit with a political rally later in Zamboanga City. Sean?
Right, thank you so much for those updates. Romel Lopez reporting to us over the phone from Zamboanga, Sibugay. And the COMELEC may suspend overseas voting in 7 countries, covering 4 Philippine posts. COMELEC Commissioner Marlon Casquejo said Iraq, Algeria, Chad, Tunisia, and Libya are all being considered for the suspension because the assigned posts in these areas have no capacity to conduct voters' registration and the actual polls. Casquejo also said that the continuous mandatory repatriation in Afghanistan and Ukraine will also affect preparations for overseas voting. A total of about 127 overseas Filipino voters could be affected by the possible suspension. The Interior Department says that distribution of ayuda is no longer allowed during the campaign period. At the joint press conference of the DILG, the COMELEC and the PNP, Interior Secretary Ed Año explained that only COMELEC-approved aid distributions and DSWD-led dole-outs will be allowed until the May elections. Año also warned candidates to stop hiring goons and private armies to compel people to vote for them.
Lalo rin dapat higpitan ng mga otoridad ang pagbabantay sa anumang uri ng vote buying at paulit-ulit na pagpapaalala na bawal gamitin ang pondo ng taong bayan at mga pag-aari ng pamahalaan sa pangangampanya. Bawal na rin ang pamamahagi ng mga ayuda dahil sinasamantala lamang ito ng mga nakuupong opisyal maliban na lamang sa mga programa ng DSWD at mga pinapayagan mismo ng COMELEC.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Philippine Statistics Authority reports that unemployment in the country remained steady at 6.4% in February. However, this shows a decrease from the 8.8% posted last year. Meanwhile, actual figures showed a slight uptick in the number of jobless Filipinos from 2.9 million in January to 3.1 million in February. Underemployment also slightly decreased month on month from 14.9% to 14% in February of 2022. This translates to about 6.4 million unemployed persons in the country. Over 40 million people worldwide now identify as influencers. And as the industry becomes more competitive, successful creators are now sharing their tricks for free. Let's hear more of Influencer 101 in this report by Bloomberg's Carly Wana.
Carly wrote a story about influencer courses and how content creators everywhere are investing in them. Carly, what is an influencer course and how does it teach somebody to do this job correctly?
The courses are really interesting, and they definitely vary based on price, based on length, based on their specific offerings too. But the bottom line for all of them is that they're teaching individuals how to influence. So it's people who know the industry well, who have then monetized their skills to help other people get in on some of that huge influencer market that you guys were talking about. So that can range, it can be simple tips and tricks for how to get more views on your videos, and other people are selling more kind of advanced stuff. For example, how to negotiate contracts, how to strike deals with brands, how to keep templates and how to script videos. And it's a really interesting space, that all of these people are selling a variety of different products to help others kind of get in on the action.
Carly, what type of influencers are we seeing really sort of jump in on this boot camp surge? I mean, who is seeing an opportunity to really increase their own presence, but then also share their tips with everybody else?
Yeah, so the people who are selling the courses range. I talked to one woman who was previously a travel influencer, and she realized that her DMs were kind of filling with people who were asking questions of how they could be influencers as well. Others are businessmen. I talked with one guy who sells a course online for relatively cheap. It's about 8 hours of content. And basically, he wanted to see if he could grow his social media following. He then documented that journey, and now he sells an online course basically saying, here's how you too can grow from 0 to 35,000 followers. And the people who take the courses, they range too. It can be individuals who just want to monetize their own brand, or it can be companies that want direct access to influencers who kind of know the tricks of the trade and help them connect with clients.
Carly, how hard is it to find a platform? How much of this course is saying do this on TikTok versus that on YouTube, because you'll get paid more depending on how you split the pie here?
Super interesting. So that's actually one thing that some TikTokers have complained about, is that their creator fund on the platform undercompensates creators relative to other platforms like per se YouTube. Now, TikTok says that the creator fund is just one of multiple ways that creators can get compensated for their content. But regardless, I did talk with one strategist who works with marketing experts and influencers, and she said that, no matter what, it's important for influencers to diversify their income. So that can mean a variety of things, and for some of the influencers who are selling the courses, that's one way for them to diversify their income.
It's been a nail-biter so far over at the UAAP men's basketball tournament, where DLSU looks to end the UP Maroons winning streak at 4. At halftime, it's still a one-possession game at 35-32 in favor of the Green Archers. UP struggled to convert on their possessions for most of the first half, which means that they have to improve their shooting percentages in order to come back in the second half and extend their win streak to 5. Meanwhile, LaSalle has to limit their turnovers and rebound better in order to maintain a comfortable lead and take the win today. Let's now take a quick look at some of today's headlines. Voter preference for Vice President Leni Robredo jumped based on the latest Pulse Asia survey. In preparation for the Holy Week, Quiapo Church is modifying some of its traditional practices to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. And the Meralco Bolts draw first blood in their best-of-7 final series against defending PBA Governors Cup champs, Barangay Ginebra. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 2 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.